Destiny 2 has a ton of weird and unusual tricks that are very helpful. There are ways to get extra ammo in your weapons, have constant healing on all subclasses, a way to wear 2 exotics at once, and so much more. I'm Marshix and I make Destiny 2 guides for solo players. If you enjoy, all I ask for is a like on the video. The first trick gives you unlimited healing on all subclasses. Devour is a buff on Void subclasses that fully heals you and gives you grenade energy after every kill. Kills will also extend the timer of Devour, so you can keep this up forever as long as you keep getting kills. There are 2 ways to activate Devour. You can use the Feed the Void aspect on Void Warlock, or the Echo of Starvation fragment on any character. Now, as I mentioned a minute ago, we can get this on other subclasses too. All you have to do is get Devour with your Void subclass, then swap to any other subclass, and you keep Devour. Kills will extend the timer, so as long as you can get kills, this will keep going. And if you have Echo of Persistence when you get Devour initially, the timer will go up to 15 seconds instead of 10. So now, Sunbracer Warlocks, Combination Blow Hunters, and 1-2 Punch Titans are even more busted. Speaking of Strand Titans being busted, there's a trick that lets you deal way more damage with each punch. 1-2 Punch will increase the damage of your next melee after shooting an enemy with your shotgun. Most people run this with Synthoceps to stack the 2 melee buffs for some crazy damage, but you can actually increase this even further with grapple melees. These deal a lot more damage than regular melees, but unfortunately, you can't use it with 1-2 Punch. Right? Well, if you use your grapple grenade, then cancel your grapple, you have about 1 or 2 seconds to shotgun something and then immediately punch. This will make it so you get the buff from 1-2 Punch and Synthoceps on the strongest strand melee. And with Banner of War, this makes it deal so much damage that you can one-shot all champions in master level content and deal some really high burst damage against bosses. It's actually crazy and probably gonna get nerfed. There's a way to shoot 2 weapons at max fire rate at the same time. But first, this video is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh offers delicious food delivered straight to your door. Pick from a variety of recipes, then in less than a week, they'll send you everything you need to make it. HelloFresh has over 40 recipes to choose from every week, so there's always something new to discover. And ingredients arrive at your doorstep pre-portioned and ready to cook, along with foolproof, step-by-step recipes to walk you through the entire process. You know it's easy when a Destiny player can make it. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of mealtime and helps you save money in the process. It's cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout. That means more money in your pocket and more time to play games. If you want to try HelloFresh for yourself, use my link or go to HelloFresh.com and use code POGMARSHIX October 16 to get 16 free meals plus free shipping. This offer is for new subscriptions only and varies by plan across 9 boxes. Just click the link in the description or scan the QR code here on your phone. I've used HelloFresh for about a year now and it's always great, so I know you'll love it too. I highly recommend it. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. To shoot 2 weapons at max fire rate, you'll first need 2 shotguns and a way to increase your handling. What I use is 2 aggressive frame shotguns with surrounded for some big damage. On Warlock, you'll need a Phidian aspect. These will passively increase your handling, allowing you to swap weapons faster. It's not max handling, so you may need to equip some dexterity mods on your gauntlets. Now what you need to do is turn on full auto weapons in your settings and just hold down the trigger and swap weapons constantly. Because these shotguns shoot at 60 RPM, you're able to shoot both of them at their full fire rate. Hunter has a little more setup, but is way better in the end. You'll need a crappy exotic called Dragon Shadow. This will reload all your weapons and max out your handling every time you dodge. You'll also need heavy-handed to spawn orbs of power with melees, and charged up to allow you to get 4 armor charges at once. We're using these armor charges for utility kickstart, which will give us our dodge back, and also 100 mobility for the same reason. Once all of that is set up, we can do something crazy. Get 4 armor charges, then dodge, and continuously shoot and swap weapons. And if you want to triple down into the shotgun build, you can throw on Tractor Cannon for a debuff. Now you just keep shooting and swapping weapons until you run out of ammo. Then you have just enough time to pop your arc staff, and as soon as you get out of your super, your dodge will come back, which allows you to do the entire rotation again. This makes it so you can shoot 33 shots and pop your super with a Tractor Cannon debuff in only 20 seconds. If you ever do Crota's End and your Tractor Cannon guy doesn't do this, you should kick him. He should easily be dealing over 2 million damage each phase with this one trick. But why do Crota with a team when you can just solo it? Yes, you can currently solo Crota just by getting a bunch of knights to finish her, getting them to group up underneath Crota, and then finish them. If you position it just right, and honestly just get lucky, Crota will go flying off the map and instantly die. This trick is kinda hard to pull off, so shout out to this guy who managed to do it first. As far as I know, this can only be done to Crota if you launch him far enough away so he hits a specific kill barrier, which means this probably doesn't work against most bosses, but it's a cool trick either way. Did you know that you can increase the magazine size of your weapons without using backup mag? This Taipan holds 5 shots by default. Then when I put a backup mag on it, it goes to 6 shots. But when I take off backup mag and put on boss spec, the magazine stays the same. So you can keep the benefit from backup mag while still getting the damage buff from boss spec. This is especially useful on weapons like Taipan that have triple tap or 4th times a charm, making 1 extra ammo result in an extra activation of the perk and give you free ammo out of thin air. Now that only increases the magazine size, not the ammo reserves, but there is a trick for that too. This rocket launcher only holds 7 rockets by default. Now swap to a chest piece with triple reserve mods and rally a flag and you'll notice it gets 10 rockets. Then you can swap back to your original chest piece and you'll still have the extra ammo from the reserve mods. But we can actually take this a step further. Do the same thing, rally with your reserve mods on, then wipe the encounter with that chest piece still on. When you respawn, you'll still have your 10 rockets, but then you can swap to a different reserve chest piece matching your special weapon and plant another flag. This will give you free reserve ammo for multiple weapons, and you can still wear resist mods. This trick is perfect for solo dungeons and master raids. Just make sure you don't die or else your ammo will reset. Legendary shards are gone, and Glimmer is now the most important currency, so we need a way to farm for it. Well, thanks to this trick, that won't be a problem. Put on a ghost with Bountiful Harvest to give additional Glimmer each time you pick up a resource node, and perfected Resource Detector to be able to see resources from very far away. Then just run around patrol for a couple minutes and each node will give you over 1,000 Glimmer each time. That's not a ton, but when you get desperate for Glimmer in a couple months, this is always here for you. There's a way to fly so high that you get out of the map and avoid kill barriers. Warlocks have an aspect called the Wanderer. This makes tangles you throw go in a straight line. So you can throw these very far up and grapple to them to get over certain kill barriers, like the bridge encounter in Crota's End. Normally, crossing the chasm would kill you, but since you go out of the map into a turnback zone, you're able to avoid the kill barrier and make it safely to the other side. This trick is actually how many people have been able to do the entire raid with only 2 people. Without it, it would take a full team of 6. On the topic of flying with Strand, Titans can actually fly very far with their super. Just pop your super, spam light attacks, then activate and deactivate your jump, and continue to spam light attacks. This lets you fly really far without needing a sword or lion rampants. However, having those in combination with this is very nice too. I've used this so many times to save myself from falling off the map. There are quite a few quests that want you to kill Lucent Hive, or just bosses in general. Well, this trick allows you to spawn Lucent Hive over and over endlessly. Go over to the Miasma in the Throne World. Next to the Pyramid Ship entrance, 2 Hive Guardians will appear. Kill them, finish their ghosts, then just drive away until they're out of your sight. When you come back, they will both be there, even though it's only been about 10 seconds. And you can do this over and over as many times as you want. I did this just a couple weeks ago to complete one of the weekly quests in less than a minute, and the weapon I used to kill them was Riptide. There's actually a way to give Riptide all 3 champion types at once. Any weapon with Chill Clip can do this, but Riptide is definitely my favorite. Chill Clip makes it so your first shot will slow whatever it hits. That slow will stun Overload champions. Then on the 3rd shot, Chill Clip will completely freeze the enemy. Freezing and shattering an enemy will stun Unstoppable champions. And that just leaves Anti-Barrier, which can easily be applied to Riptide using Radiant. Radiant is a damage buff on solar subclasses, and while you're Radiant, all your weapons have Anti-Barrier, meaning Riptide can easily deal with all 3 champion types. The easiest ways to get Radiant are Acrobat's Dodge, Ember of Torches and a melee, or Rain of Fire because every kill with Riptide will refresh Radiance, making it last forever. High Ground is a new perk that gives you 20% more damage when you're at a higher elevation than your target. However, your feet need to be touching the ground, so you can't just jump and get the damage buff. An easy way to activate this anywhere though is simply by spawning a stasis crystal. Just throw a grenade and stand on it, and you'll get the damage buff from High Ground anywhere you want. Also, the game only checks where your feet are in relation to the enemy's feet, so you can even do this trick against bosses on a similar elevation. You can create dozens of orbs of power every minute, and it's extremely simple. All you need is Radiant Dance Machines. Radiant Dance Machines will give you a buff called multi-dodge whenever you dodge near an enemy. While you have this buff, you can dodge over and over and over with no cooldown. Then, while you still have the buff, any kills you get will extend the timer, meaning as long as you're getting consistent kills, you have infinite dodges. Now, normally this exotic doesn't work with mods, but it does work with Reaper. Each time you dodge, your next kill will spawn an orb of power. So assuming you dodge after every kill, you'll get an orb of power after every single kill. And it gets even better when you also throw on a siphon mod to spawn orbs of power after every double kill, which means every 2 kills you get 3 orbs. That's crazy. But it gets even crazier because you also get all the effects of whatever dodge you choose. Gambler's Dodge for infinite melees, or Marksman Dodge for infinite reloads, or Acrobat's Dodge for infinite radiance, which is the same damage buff that also turns chill clip weapons into champion killing machines. I can't believe I'm saying this, but as odd as it sounds, Radiant Dance Machines are actually a good support exotic, whether it be for orbs of power, radiance, or both. It's kinda crazy, but not as crazy as this next trick that gives you millions of XP within the first 5 minutes of a new season. When you complete bounties, you don't have to turn them in right away. If you hoard a bunch of daily and weekly bounties and just hold on to them, you can take them into a new season and get around 10 or 20 levels instantly, giving you artifact mods, power bonuses, and a ton of season pass rewards. Speaking of, deep sight harmonizers. These allow you to turn normal weapons into deep sight weapons needed for crafting. They currently only come from the season pass, and we can only hold one at a time. However, if you head over to this website, you're able to pick up items from the previous season pass. So if you reach level 100 this season, but don't have anything you want to spend your harmonizers on, you can keep them all in your season pass, then grab them next season and instantly craft any new weapon you want right as the season starts. This can save you weeks of grinding for one weapon, so I highly recommend doing this. Just like I recommend you like the video if you're finding it helpful. Did you know you can wear 2 exotic armor pieces at once? Well, kinda. Some exotics can be used at once if you're using them in a specific way. The first pair of these exotics are Lunafaction Boots and Phoenix Protocol. Lunafaction Boots make it so your weapons reload faster while you're in a well of radiance, and Phoenix Protocol gives you super energy from kills while you're in your well. What you can do here is drop well while you have Lunafactions on, then immediately swap to Phoenix to get both exotic perks at once. Faster reload speed and easy super energy. Keep in mind it only works if you do Lunafactions first. If you do it the other way around, it'll only be the Phoenix perk. And there was another combo like this with Pyrogale Gauntlets and Synthoceps, where you could activate your super with Pyrogale to get your one powerful slam, then swap to Synthoceps for more super damage on that slam. But unfortunately that got patched immediately. There might be more combos like these that I don't know about, so let me know down in the comments. This next trick allows you to glitch under the map to get tons of free raid loot completely solo, but you'll have to check out this video to see how. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Marshix, and I'll see you next time.